According to a new report by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, small businesses that use technology grow faster, profit more, and hire more workers compared to other small businesses.
Joining us this morning to give us more insight is Jordan Crenshaw, Vice President of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's Technology Engagement Center. Jordan, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Let's start off with the big picture here. What were some of your key findings?
So what we found is technology platforms are now critical to small business growth and survival. And according to our findings, 86% of small businesses believe that technology helped their business survive COVID-19. And at a time when we're dealing with rampant inflation, nearly 3 in 4 small businesses agreed that tech was able to help them limit cost increases and handle supply chain difficulties. So, when small businesses use tech like digital advertising, business software, delivery apps, there are real economic benefits. And small businesses that are using technology platforms in Texas and across the country are supporting the employment of nearly 100 million jobs in the U.S. and $17 trillion to the economy annually. So needless to say, tech is a tremendous force for good for America's small business owners.
And how exactly? I mean, is social media, financial tech, many apps, how do all of these together sort of support small business?
Well, in fact, 92% of small businesses said social media helped them find new customers. So that's connecting products and services to new consumers out there who may not have seen a product. Delivery apps are connecting small businesses such as restaurants and grocery stores directly to consumers, and it's helping them create new jobs. And in fact, our report found that 73% of small businesses using delivery apps grew their workforce. Our study also showed that 80% of Americans who have used a payment app in the last month, who are also enabling small businesses to get access to the cashless and digital economy. I was at a farmer's market just last week, and nearly every small business under attempt was using a payment app as opposed to cash. So it's really getting businesses access to the economy that they wouldn't have had.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Jordan, is there potential legislation aimed at targeted big tech that could unintentionally harm small business?
Well, in Washington, Congress is looking at things like privacy legislation, and the FTC is also doing the same as well. That could actually have some unintended consequences for all different sectors across the economy, large businesses and small businesses. And one of the things we found in our study was that 4 in 5 small businesses said limiting access to their data would in fact harm their operations. So we need to make sure that the Congress and agencies get policy right. It's why it's critically important that Congress pass a true national privacy law that protects all Americans equally and works for small business. It's important that Congress get to work on focusing on upskilling our workforce to meet the demands of the digital economy. And also, we need to make sure we provide workers with more flexibility in things like the gig economy.
And for small businesses that, maybe haven't totally modernized yet, is there a place that you suggest they start not to get overwhelmed? Do they just maybe start with social media or start with a supply chain service of some kind? What do you think?
Well, I think social media is a very accessible app. I think also some of the payment apps that we've seen out there have really enabled access. So those are obviously some key areas right there. But, I would say this too. I mean, if small businesses want to learn more about the different types of technology that are out there, they're in our report, and you can actually visit that at AmericanInnovators.com.
Perfect.
Yeah,
well,
great.
Jordan Crenshaw, we appreciate the time. Vice President of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's Technology Engagement Center. Very interesting findings. Yeah.